Welcome back to the second half of the AFC Championship game on the Denver Broncos franchise. Lamar Jackson and the Baltimore Ravens fighting an uphill battle at home against Tom Brady III and the Denver Broncos. This is the second half kicking off. Don't forget to check out the first half. If you missed any of the action, you can check it out in the archives on Patreon or on YouTube. Go check that out however you please. Of course, Patreon, they're going to have a little bonus stuff. You get some of the stuff that gets edited out for YouTube purposes. We edit and condense the videos down. It's completely unedited on Patreon. Torrey Holt, what a day he has had. What a day Tom Brady III has had so far to begin this game. We lost Jonathan Taylor to injury for the rest of the year. So it's going to be Jameer Pierce. We're down Derek Stingley as well. Play action fake, and Tom Brady III. Wow, I wasn't sure if that was going to get over the head of the defender. You see the numbers that he's got for today. Having an outstanding performance here in the AFC Championship. Trying to fend off this Baltimore Ravens comeback. 26 points, a missed extra point, and a failed two-point conversion for the Denver Broncos gives them 26. Baltimore at 15, taking a two-point conversion back for a two-point conversion of their own, as crazy as that sounds. Nick Coffey has had a number of receptions so far in this game for the Denver Broncos. And it's going to be 3rd down and 5 for Denver. And I would think at this point, at the 40, it's 4-down territory. But Tom Brady III, oh my goodness, and it is going to be dropped by Gary Bryant Jr., who had a drop on a Hail Mary at the end of the first half. So 4th and 5. And as expected, Denver is going to go for it here, kind of in that no man's land territory on their opponent's 40. And Torrey Holt, who has had a fantastic game, having another right now with that first down. Another big catch. Pitching to the outside. Where's the edge? Pierce trying to cut inside. Broncos have had a lot of really nice jukes in this game for some of their wide receivers. Ruben Drone stepping in now. Down to 3rd string. Oh my goodness, they screen pass, and for the first time, Tom Brady III hits the turf. Patrick Kearney with the sack. Wow. 3rd and 21. Do you just try to get into field goal range here? How about a first down for the Denver Broncos? Forget field goal range. Brendan Smith. Denver chewing up a lot of time on this opening drive, which is great because time was a big issue in the first quarter. There was so much time on the clock that Baltimore just kept scoring and scoring. Nice tackle made by Justin Jacobs. Yeah, this running game could be a factor coming up if we are able to get to the Super Bowl. It's looking good if we can put this drive in the end zone for our Super Bowl opportunity here. Oh my God, that was so close. And that just shows you how good Tom Brady III has been today. Maybe he just needed to rest in the middle of the season and just have some bad performances to get him out of the system, because these 2 playoff performances have been the stuff of legends. Touchdown, Denver. Opening drive score. And that may put this one out of reach for the Baltimore Ravens. And that may send the Denver Broncos to a third consecutive Super Bowl. I never would have imagined taking this one. Again, I don't want to build it up too much and then we blow it. You know, pull a Lions here, but it's like we had the 2 years with the Niners, 7 years with the Dolphins, had one Super Bowl appearance with the Dolphins, but could never get the Dolphins back to a Super Bowl through all the playoff appearances. And then to come into Denver, remember we had our teams to pick from. Go watch the video in the archives. We had to debate Colts, Patriots, Seahawks, and Broncos. And we had teams that had better records but low salary cap, which was the case of the Patriots and the Colts. We had a Seahawks that had a really high salary cap, a lot of money to spend, but a terrible roster. The Broncos were right in the middle. Had a lot of money to spend, but a decent roster. We were going to try to make it work with Justin Fields, but when it came up that he wanted $100 million, it just wasn't possible. And we hit on the draft, took a shot in the 4th round on Tom Brady, not knowing, yes, we're using old draft classes, but not knowing, is it going to be Tom Brady as a 6th round pick that he was and have 6th round talent? Or is it going to be the Tom Brady? Well, they said we nailed on Tom Brady the legend. We got the Tom Brady legendary. It's Tom Brady the 3rd. Please be a holding. That would be amazing. It is going to go against John Banks for the face mask. But let's keep this going. It is still Lamar Jackson. He threw 5 INTs last time. There's still plenty of time left. Jackson. It is going to be a first down to Antonio Mack. Play action fake. Lamar. Oh my goodness. And it falls incomplete. What a collision down there. That was Jason DeLong. First time we've seen him in the mix. Lamar tried to run it. QB spy got him. I'm QB spying him again. Same thing. That was DeMarvin Leo, by the way. It was your QB spy. Give credit. He wanted to run it again. QB spy came up, but Jackson got that one to Anthony Becht. And it's a first down, Baltimore. Ravens are fighting. That's what we're going to give them credit for. They are not going away without swinging for the fences. Baltimore is playing right down to the final down. The handoff to Trey Sanders, who's had both running backs have had miserable performances here in this game. Anthony Becht. How many times has Anthony Becht caught that? It's got to be 5 or 6, I would think. Unreal. Oh, and Lamar. He got past Demarius Dubose. We play to win. Let's go. Jackson's got his X factor. That's scary. And even though we've had such a big lead, that's been the thing. You can't even really get comfortable because the Ravens keep swinging back. They keep fighting. And as soon as you rest, Baltimore is going to keep coming with one more fight. One more punch, one more swing. So it's like you gotta keep on them. Trey Sanders goes in motion. Watch for the Lamar Jackson run here. Instead, he throws it to Sanders, but a little too much goomph A little too much mustard on that. A little too much junction. And it's incomplete. So 3rd and goal. I formation. You got Trey Sanders. Play action. Fake. It's a fumble. Picked up by Sanders. Mike Vrabel and company was back there. John Banks. Gosh, I hope he continues to play for us. Him and Bush and Lamar just got turned around and blasted. So a field goal attempt now for Baltimore. Kind of deflating the stadium a little bit. Lawrence Keys is good for 3. But Baltimore really feeling like they need a touchdown on that one. Didn't get it. Still a game, though. 33-18 in what's been this has been a scoregami game for the ages. I mean, every score has been a scoregami score.
Come on now, let's go.
This is critical here, this drive. Because it gets down to clutch time. Oh boy, that would have been... That was Alan Waters that dropped it. And that would have been Baltimore getting back into this football game. Whoo boy. 2nd and 10. Brady, Nick Coffey, right in the face of Waters.
Let's go, baby.
They got to run one more play. Whew.
Here we go. 50 plant.
Let's go, Heavy. Let's go, Heavy. Heavy, what you got? What you got, Heavy? What you got, Heavy? Give me some.
Pierce getting to the outside. Oh, look at that move by Pierce and picks up the 1st down. That will take us to the end of quarter number 4, ladies and gentlemen. Don't forget, while you're here, please help support the channel TV Sports 27. Follow us on Twitch, subscribe, YouTube. While you're here, hit the subscribe button, hit the thumbs up on this video. We're on Twitter as well. Follow us on Twitter. The whole stream and schedule out for the week. Of course, Patreon, Streamlabs, Ko-fi as well. Check that out. Support the channel. You get a message on screen if you donate on Streamlabs while we're streaming. It'll go up on YouTube, so whatever kind of message you want to deliver, it'll be there. We'll check it out. Now I got a secondary screen when we stream. I'm looking at my big TV up top, but I got the screen down below. Tiny screen for OBS. So I get an email for when you send something on Streamlabs, but if I happen to miss your Streamlabs, just make sure you jump in the comments and say that you sent me something, so I can follow back up on it. Because there's been times I've missed. We've had new followers. I've completely missed it. We've had chats because I'm looking at a bigger screen while I got the smaller screen here for OBS. Oh, Tank McCoo. He's in a contract situation. We maybe hope to bring him back if nobody picks him up. But Denver might be looking to put this one away on the road in Baltimore. Ruben Drones, the block, touchdown. How about a mile-high salute for the folks here in Baltimore? How about 6 Denver Broncos touchdowns in the AFC Championship game? Unreal. I was as nervous as can be coming into this postseason with some of the performances we had down the stretch, with some of the interceptions I've thrown, not only in this world, but in the RXFL. Interception machine Jones right here. But we have come in these 2 playoff performances and lit the world up.
Come on, fellas.
So Baltimore is going to go for one final shot.
Right there, 56. I'm going to come back to you. I'm going to come back to you.
And this could be it for the Ravens. Keep going to Mr. Reliable, Anthony Becht.
wasn't ready. 56 to Mike, boys. 56. Check 56.
Let's go, D.
Shut. 56. Yeah.
3rd and 5. AFC Championship. First down, Baltimore. And it's again, just put it on loop. Anthony Beck. Lamar Jackson to Anthony Beck. 9 times those two have connected.
Here we go. Ricky. Slam.
There's going to be a solid run, which is going to 6 times Trey Sanders' rushing performance here.
Mike, check. 59. Let's go. Big series right here. We got to step it up. Baby, get him, boy. Ready. You're not ready.
10 catches for Anthony Beck, and it's 3rd down and 11 catches for Anthony Beck.
Keep playing hard.
This is kind of reminding me of the Broncos playoff games against the Colts in the mid-2000s, where Denver set, was it Brandon Marshall that set the record for most receptions in a playoff game, but they just got their butts kicked by the Colts. Kind of reminds me of that right now, but for the Ravens.
Let's go.
How's Trey Sanders have an X factor right now? That's ridiculous. Well, questions are going to be, as it's looking more and more like the Broncos are going to their 3rd consecutive Super Bowl. We're going to be down to our backup running back. Our top corner is out. We have a lot of injuries, but we still got a lot of our main guns as well. Torrey Holt is there. Tom Brady III is there. If Tom Brady III wins another Super Bowl, what does his contract status become? He's going to want a lot of money. Picked off by Dominique Klein, who had a rough day today. He got burned a number of times, but he's going to come in, and that should, maybe Baltimore gets one more possession out of this, but this should wrap things up and send the Denver Broncos. I cannot believe it, because for 11 seasons before this, it was a struggle to get anywhere near a Super Bowl, and to be 5-13 away from a 3rd consecutive, and do it for the first time in NFL history for myself, the first time since we did it with the Broncos on Madden 12, which is up on our Patreon page. You guys can check out those episodes we have up there of that Madden 12 Broncos, where Eli Manning and Tim Tebow were our quarterbacks. That's right, at the same time, Eli Manning and Tim Tebow were quarterbacks for the Denver Broncos. So go check that out, patreon.com/TVSports27. 40-18 your score. Denver need to pick up a first down here to continue to wind time off the clock. And it is not going to happen. Gary Bryant Jr. Torres, who's been all over the field today, coming up with the stop. So Baltimore will get another possession out of it. But coaching legacy goes down if Denver can win 3 in a row. And we've been having some good success here between these Broncos. Our Utah Utes have had an amazing winning streak as well that we have been on. So it's like almost got to keep doing those too before. I know there's the desire to move to the new game, but I want to see how many Super Bowls can we win. How long can that winning streak with the Utes continue? Not ready to make the jump yet. We got the cup with the Red Wings. Haven't won yet with the Diamondbacks. Got to see that through. Shaq, the Southern Miss. That might be a tough one to try to get. But, we've had quite a successful run here. Arena football is going to be the next interesting one. I mean, we're undefeated right now in arena football. I don't know what's happening right now. We're getting lucky. TV Sports, come on. Anthony Becht, is that 12 or 13 for Anthony Becht? We haven't even done that many quarterback spy plays here down the stretch, but Lamar Jackson hasn't really been running it much. Ooh, there was an open man. And Lamar Jackson knows he just missed it. It was Lewis Nixon who's got the touchdown earlier in the game for Baltimore. They're going to go for a long kick. Have they lost their minds here? The kick doesn't even matter at this point. You go for it. Even going for it wouldn't do much, but fans are starting to pile out of M&T Bank Stadium here, hoping that Lamar Jackson was going to get to go for his third Super Bowl. They're always going to have the memories of the Super Bowl wins over the Dallas Cowboys, 2 Super Bowl wins over Dallas. But for Tom Brady III, 3 years in the NFL, about to go to his third Super Bowl. Is it going to be a rematch with San Francisco? Or is it going to be a first-time ever matchup with New Orleans? Now, this is not counting. I always have to preface it. Do you count our Madden 12 world as part of this, or are they separate worlds? I've always said that this coach was kind of a continuation of our Troy coach that we had before. But we went to the Super Bowl with the Broncos against the Saints. There was Packers, Cardinals, Saints, and then 3 against the Panthers. But we'll find out and see. And that would 49ers and Broncos, that would tie the Steelers and the Cowboys for most Super Bowl meetings of all time. And for the Denver Broncos, another Super Bowl appearance, 3 in a row, 3 consecutive AFC championships. The only Super Bowl rematch we've ever had is with the 49ers. Everyone else has been a fresh matchup in Broncos history. What a dominating postseason this has been for Denver, winning for the 3rd consecutive year the AFC Championship. And now we will find out in a matter of moments, is it San Francisco or is it New Orleans? Well, if you're joining us on Patreon or if you joined us on Twitch, you already know the results. Yes, it is going to be the Denver Broncos and the New Orleans Saints. In this universe, the first time ever, if you're counting our Madden 12 contributions, a rematch from Tim Tebow versus Drew Brees. But this time, it's Jordan Love looking for his first Super Bowl ring against Tom Brady III. Now, one thing that's interesting, I don't know where the Super Bowl is. I might try to take a peek after this with our Patreon members just to see, because oh, it's in Miami. Okay, never mind. It's right there. I was gonna say Super Bowl Miami. It's which would be interesting because that's where we coached before. But the Super Bowl, the New Orleans is always a common rotation for the Super Bowl, so I thought maybe it could have been in New Orleans. What about the uniform matchup? Do we go orange for the 2nd consecutive year in a row? Do we break the orange curse? We broke it last year. Does it break again here? The Saints undefeated wearing white in a Super Bowl. Let me know. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Do we wear white and put the Saints in black? I'm gonna have to look at some Saints Broncos matchups and just try to look at what unis look the best. Yearly awards, I think we looked at these already, so I don't know why they're showing us these again, because that was at the end of the season. So yeah, let's see if there's any kind of news we can look at here. But it's the Saints, man. Saints, I don't remember them in the last couple seasons here being any good. But XLVI. Yes, sir. Look at that. Saints Broncos. Patrick Mahomes MVP. Did they? I thought we looked at all these like end of year awards already. Boy, Nathan Cable, Coach of the Year, but he just got whooped up by our Broncos. So. Luke Kuechly, Von Miller, and Ndamukong Suh, Brian Cushing, Lobo Torres. Patrick Mahomes has been weird. He's had a good career, but in this world, he's never gone to a Super Bowl. This Madden came out after the Super Bowl 100 year, which was the first 49ers Chiefs game. But in this world, Patrick Mahomes never went to a Super Bowl. All right, guys, we're going to do this one next Thursday. Now, if you're watching on YouTube, the Super Bowl is going to come out tomorrow, 12 noon Eastern time. If you're watching us on Patreon, if you're watching us on Twitch, next Thursday, or I should say this Thursday, 2 days, this Thursday, we are going to stream the Super Bowl. What uniform matchup should we do? We are the designated home team. We broke the curse of the orange last season. Do we take the chance and wear orange again? It's a Super Bowl in Miami, though. The last time the Broncos played in a Super Bowl in Miami, Super Bowl 33, and the Broncos wore white, and they won that game. I don't know, almost leaning towards doing the white again, but we'll have to see. Stay tuned, everyone. Super Bowl, 3rd year in a row. Broncos, Saints.